But actually, really back to the subject of van hire, if, as our security services tell us, we have 3,000 active operational terrorists in this country, in the UK, and we have 23,000 suspected jihadists that they would like to monitor, but they can't. I mean, think about it. Those figures, they are eye-watering. Now, around that, so the 3,000 hardcore and the 23,000 suspected jihadists that the security services wish they could monitor, keep in mind around that will be thousands and thousands of fellow travellers, those who subscribe to the Islamist ideology but don't necessarily believe in using violence yet to bring it about. So there'll be a bigger number around them, okay? And then, of course, around that bigger number, there will be, as is the case in any insurgency, folks, there will be an empathetic ring that will refuse to report any suspicion because they are anti-establishment and deeply empathise with the cause. Now, when you think about it in those terms, it becomes impossible not to describe this but as a global jihadist insurgency. And those are the numbers that affect us here in the UK. And when you think about it like that, how on earth is things like just extra van hire checks going to stop this thing? We are indeed playing whack-a-mole. And what we need to do is get to grips with the fact that we are faced with an insurgency. And then once we understand that, recognise it for what it is. This is what my response would be, is first of all, recognise it for what it is. Accept the fact that this is indeed a jihadist insurgency. Name it, shame it, and begin fighting the ideology behind it for the long-term solution. 2, recognise that to implement that long-term solution, the government's prevent strand does indeed need to remain. 3, for once and for all, introduce a government prevent coordinator to coordinate all the different government departments around countering extremism. They're all singing to different hymn sheets at the moment. There isn't any one person coordinating all the government departments around this agenda. And finally, recognise that if this is indeed an attack against our values, our pluralism, our democracy and our secularism, then rigorously defend those values in our answer back to these extremists. Don't violate those values. If that's what they hate, then in defiance stand by them even more.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.